I was thinking about James Bond and like one of those old movies, and I haven't seen any of the new ones. There was one where James Bond comes out and he's blonde, and I didn't see any of those. I remember I took some girl. I was in college. That's how old I am. But I was in college, and that blonde James Bond movie came out, and I took some college girl to the movie theater, and then we like went in, got the popcorn stuff, and then we didn't like end up watching the movie. She just wanted to go out back into my car and make out, and so I never saw the blonde James Bond movies, but um so that one and any of them after that, I never seen them. But I remember there was one of them where like he's playing poker, and James Bond's like always a poker playing assassin or whatever the fuck he is. Like he's in the English FBI, and he's also an assassin. But I feel like just authors play poker, like the thing is like naturally goes together because you end up sitting there all day long, so you end up like starting to write, so they like work together. But um so James Bond, I remember in one of the movies he like it's like a big scene or whatever where like he's looking at the guy, and the guy has like this drip of sweat coming down his head when he like bet at him. James Bond's got like, I don't remember exactly the hand, but like now that I'm thinking about it, he had like a monster, but he had like number three or number two. Like he had like like the bottom end of a straight or something like that, or he had like a small bow or like top two pair or something like that. And then he's like looking at this guy, and the guy's got like this bead of sweat going down his face, and that's how he knew that the guy was bluffing. And then I think the guy that was bluffing had like two pair or something. Like it wasn't like a stone cold bluff even in the movie, or at least that's how I remember it. But some guy called me earlier. I like totally overbet the pot, and he goes, "Oh, you're like doing this. You're doing this." He's like saying all the reasons why he's gonna call me, and I'm just like looking at him like, okay, like my thing is that people look for the reason why they're going to do what they're going to do. And if they're going to call you when you have something, they're going to call you. Like, so it's almost more like figuring out if they're going to call you or not. And then betting, like, according to if they're going to call you or not. Especially like, I mean, like with No Limit, like the number of how much you bet is supposed to be like the main art in the game, and that's what everybody's playing is No Limit Hold'em. But that money don't mean shit to anybody. Like I feel like an all in, like if you like say all in or you go all in, like There's something about the all in that like is a trigger to people where that might change their mind, or like, but like an over bet to the pot, or like too much or not a big bet, like a small or a big bet. I don't think a lot of people like base their decision on the size of the bet that they're facing. I think they have decided if they're going to call. And if you're not like going all in, even if you are going all in, like, so let's say you go all in, like, let's say, uh, like person A has already decided they're going to call. Like, they have a good hand. They just chased, like, and I haven't seen this a lot recently, not here. Like, in Little Rock, they do it all the time. Like, make a career out of people chasing. I mean, I recently have seen it. Like, it really depends on where people are from, how they play. Like, different people play different. People are coming out now. Like, it's definitely happening where World Series is here. People are coming from all over the place playing here, coming out of the South and whatever. But people in the South, you see this all the time. People in Vegas, you hardly ever see this, like, if ever. But now I'm seeing like people from LA, people from the South, like, I don't think people from like the Northwest really, I've seen a lot of them doing it. But people from like LA and the South, they'll draw to like a 10 high flush and hit a 10 high flush, or like a 7 high flush. Like, they'll pick up like a 7-8 suited, and then they'll chase a flush. They'll like call a bet on the flop with a flush draw. Maybe they'll call a bet on the turn with a flush draw, and then so they're chasing a flush. They hit the flush. Now they got an 8 high flush. Would they call, let's say, 100? Like, let's say you bet, 15 pre or 20 pre. They call with 7-8 suited. You bet 20 or 30 on the flop. They call with the flush draw. The turn, they call again. Now you're betting like maybe 30 again, maybe 40. You almost like, I mean, if you're putting them on a flush draw, if you're putting them on a smaller flush draw, let's say you got like ace suited and they got like probably smaller suited. Like, let's just say that you're like just straight reading their mind, what they have. They got a lower flush draw. Now you're almost going for value on the turn. But so maybe you bet like 40 or 50. So the river, the flush hits, right? Now they made their 6 high flush, but they bet 100. Like, they definitely bet 100. Some guy, this is why I'm thinking about this, is because some guy just chased like a straight draw. He had like a double gutter, and he hit it, and then he called like 100 and something on the river. Like, I had like 100 and a bunch of ones on top of the 100 stack, and I bet like 100 and something on the river, and he calls that. And the straight he had was like the number 2 straight. So I'm thinking, why didn't he fucking just like shove all in? Because the only hand that could beat him was like an even more dumb draw. It would be like an ace jack. So maybe he's thinking that that's not a dumb hand. Maybe he's thinking that that's like the way you're supposed to play. That's why he's thinking like, well, of course he's also got a jack. He might even have an ace jack, and I don't want to lose more. Like, maybe that's the way he was thinking. But um anyway, so there's another guy that just chased like the worst draw ever. I didn't fucking have shit. I had like a pair. I had like not top pair, like second from top pair, third from top pair. But I mean, I saw that the straight make it or whatever, and I was like, I'm gonna bet like I fucking made it. And he's like, I made it. I just made like number two straight. And I'm gonna call like anything. I'm gonna call anything. But uh so what I'm thinking is when people chase a low flush or a bottom end of a straight and they chased it and they made it, I'm thinking, would they call 100? Definitely. Would they call an all in? Like, probably, yeah, that too. I've done it. I've seen it happen. Like, and I feel like recently I haven't been shoving enough. I've been doing a lot of value betting, a lot like I do a lot of bluffing, where I'm like min bet bluff, and so I've been min bet bluffing so much that I don't want to like go from where I'm min betting to where I'm betting like, you know, 2/3 pot or like pot and a half. Like, I think that's gonna make people think like, okay, he bets pot and a half when he fucking has it. When he doesn't, he's gonna bet like min bet. I'm like trying to keep things like, you know, where I'm always min betting. Where it's like small bet, small bet, small bet. That's what I've been doing, and I think that that's not uh that's not working. Like, I think I gotta just shove. I think like that's what people hate. People always would like have something to say about how much they hate me because of the way I play, and that was when I was just shoving too much. Why are you shoving too much? Why are you shoving too much? They don't like it because they can't beat it. They can't figure it out. And to figure it out, you'd have to put your whole stack in. So when you start shoving too much, they have to really have a hand. Like, they have to have a straight. They have to have like the shoving too much move. Like, they have to have a monster hand to make that call all the time. And you just people just don't fucking have that. So I mean, unless they do, like, it it really depends on the player. Like, but I'm starting to think like if they're in there, the way that I've been seeing people play recently, it's like to see a flop, they have kings or aces. To see a turn, they gotta have like. Now that it's World Series season, there's people that are like normally playing Hollywood Park or playing in the South, or they're playing at Commerce, and then now they're out here in Vegas. Where before, all the Vegas locals play very, very tight. Uh, it's like a lot of folding, like very tight pre-flop, and then really sticky post-flop. it's like they don't want to be bluffed because they have kings kind of play. Now it's more like they're trying to bluff, but they do have like Jack 8 suited. So now it's like a lot more dangerous. It's turned into like the dangerous, more fun kind of, suited Jack poker. But I think I'm gonna have to go back to like one, making a fucking hand. But when I make a hand, I gotta just shove, and people aren't gonna be catching on to that because um, they don't. They're if I don't know them, they don't know me. You know what I mean? They don't know what I'm doing today, and today I'm coming back out with shoving when I have something because apparently people don't fucking believe it. Like, I made a massive bet. I bet 100 or like 104 or whatever it was into had to be like a $40 pot. It was like, I think I made it like 15 pre and then I bet like 15 again. So with his bets, it's like 60. Bet 100 and something into a $60 pot. This guy just snap called. So I don't know. And I think I think I don't play tight enough to play that aggressive. Like the tight aggressive. First thing is tight, and then aggressive. Like it's hard to play tight. So I think that's why I make a lot of small bets. Because I don't really like playing tight. I like playing aggressive, but I don't like playing tight. So when I make a big raise, a lot of times I'll get re-raised, and then I just know that the guy's got like a monster hand, and I got like total like 6/10 suited. Like I got like suited low, mid range suited, like like a okay like PLO multi-way pot hand. Like that's the kind of stuff that I like to play. Small pairs, small like mid-range, and then I'm getting re-raised and I just know the guy's got fucking kings. I'm like, oh my god, I'm up against kings, ace king. People love shoving pre-flop with ace king. But I think I really gotta get rid of the like quarter pot PLO bets. Like I think maybe that pot size bet. I think maybe the reason people do it is because it works. So, especially in this crowd where everybody just came out of like LA or wherever, and they're like all the pros and aspiring young kids coming out from LA and the South and all over the country. These kids are playing really aggressive. They're trying to hit anything. They're like just trying to hit something. I think against this, it's really like let them hit something and shove. Like, wait for the river to come out if you really have, like, the nuts. Then shove. Because they're calling. Like, so it's almost like just when you have it and just shove. That's what I'm thinking. Because they're calling. Like, they're sticky. They're trying to hit something. All of that's happening.